There is a brand new exploit to homebrew your Wii U that may just be invincible to the Nintendo ninjas. This comes in perfect timing as Nintendo announced that in the spring they are discontinuing the online servers, which could potentially mean they block access to the internet browser.
Scott here, and this is bad. Real bad.
If you've modded a Wii U recently, you'll know that the browser is needed to run the exploit in order to install Homebrew. This discontinuation of the browser isn't guaranteed to happen. However, Nintendo strongly dislikes Homebrew software and does everything they can to block it. Compared to the Wii, one of the popular ways to get Homebrew installed was using straight-to-hacks. This method involves changing the DNS settings on your internet connection, which prompts the exploit. It overtook the flash hacks method, which used the internet channel before that was discontinued. So we could be following the same path of the Wii, making this new Wii U exploit one of the final forever working exploits. It's called DNSpresso and uses the DNS setting method, making it very straightforward. It was created by none other than Gary Oderniech, who has been a prominent name in the Nintendo modding scene with over 700 contributions to GitHub repositories in the last 2 years alone. His channel, Twitter, and donation link will be in the description to show your support. So in this video, we will explore this new method and try to homebrew a stock Wii U with Aroma custom firmware, and I'm taking you along for the ride. This new method is not in the official Wii U hacks guide yet, as the browser exploit still works, so I suggest you don't follow this guide for your Wii U unless you know what you're doing. But if you do decide to follow it, you do so at your own risk. So here we go, this is the GitHub page for Gary Oderniech's DNSpresso Wii U exploit. So it has all the information we need, so we can scroll down, and first step, we need to set up our SD card. So I have a brand new SD card, 32 gigabytes, and a stock Wii U. That's really all you need for this guide. So we're gonna get my Wii U up and running with Homebrew, just like that. So here is my SD card. The first thing that I need to check is the format. So we're gonna go to properties, and it is FAT32. So we're good to go. So the first thing we need to get is the environment that we're going to go into. I am going to be doing Aroma. So I'm going to click this link and I'm going to the Aroma public beta. It's got lots of information, but if you guys want more info on all of this homebrew stuff, check out my other videos. I have many different guides for you to check out. I'm scrolling down, I'm checking all of these, and now we're going to download. So as you can see, it has the environment loader. We have our NAND dumper, which is very important. So we're going to download payloads. There we go. And now we need to download base Aroma, so we're going to download that as well. Down here we have a couple different plugins and apps, but the only thing I'm going to get, I'm going to go to Google, Wii U App Store. Here we go, GitHub. We're going to click the Homebrew App Store, scroll down, and I'm going to grab the WUB version because that is the version for your Homebrew apps with Aroma. Just going to download it. Oh yes, there's one more thing, so I'm going to go to the official guide, to SD preparation, and I'm going to grab the SIG patches module right here. Download that, and now we are good. So I'm going to go back to the GitHub. Let's open up our SD card. So downloads on the left, SD card on the right. Open up the environment loader. Drag this Wii U folder onto the root. Exit out, delete. Open up the Aroma version. Drag the Wii U folder, it'll merge. Go into Wii U and drag the appstore.wub file into apps. And now we need to go digging for where to put our SIG patches. So I'm going to go environments, Aroma, modules, setup, and right here I'm going to drag the SIG patches into there. SIG patches just allows you to play games and such on Homebrew. I can delete this from my downloads, close that, and we are almost ready. And there's one more thing we need to grab. So under Aroma for your cafe, there's a next step. Place an RPX you want to boot from the root of your SD card and rename it to launch. So we're going to grab this payload from RPX. We're going to go over here. This one's by Michelle, who is another very talented developer in the Homebrew scene. So we'll grab payload from RPX, the zip file here. I'm just going to open it up from right there. So if we go inside here, we got root.rpx. We're going to grab it and drag it onto the root of our SD card. We can close that now. Go back to the instructions, and as mentioned, all we have to do is rename this to launch. And there we go, our SD card is ready. So I'm going to eject it and I'll meet you over on the Wii U and we'll get started. Alright, we're on, so we're going to go into system settings, and now it's just on the Wii U gamepad. So we're going to go into the internet settings, connect to the internet, So I have a wired connection. I'm going to go to connection types and set it up. I got my LAN adapter plugged in. So we're going to set up the connection initially first. Successful, we'll press OK. Saved as connection 1, that's fine. We're going to go to connect to the internet, connections, wired connection, change settings, and we're going to go to DNS settings here. Change it to don't auto obtain, and primary DNS is what we're going to be changing. So let's click on it, and we're typing in 85.215.57182 with the periods and everything. Good to go. Press confirm. Back to save it. And now we're going to run a connection test, and if it's set up properly, it should freeze partway through and then run DNSpresso. So fingers crossed. It looks like it just froze, so this is good. Boom, there it is, DNSpresso by Gary Oderneets. Come on, focus. Finally focus, but this is also on the TV, so I'll show that footage instead. But there we go, we have environment loader right there with aroma. So now we can click on aroma. We'll get this warning as you usually get when you first mod it. Just means that the update folder still exists. If you guys want to know how to block it, I have a video. I'll link it below as well. But we're pressing OK. I'm going to go to Wii U menu. It should load into aroma. We'll do that later. Dun, 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 dun. Boom! Now we are in the Aroma custom firmware. As you can see, we have Homebrew App Store. So there's no Homebrew launcher in the Aroma custom firmware. The WUB files actually show up on your menu. We got the Aroma updater that comes with it. And now we can go into the Homebrew App Store and get whatever plugin app we want. We have now homebrewed our Wii U with the new exploit. Tried opening it, couldn't connect to the internet, so we might have to go back and change our connection settings again. Alright, I just changed the DNS settings back to auto obtain, so hopefully this will work now. There we go, it's working again, and as I've discovered, you do need to change it to auto obtain to access any app that requires the internet connection. So that's a good thing to know if you do use this method, is to change it back to auto obtain once you're done. So there you have it, we just homebrewed our Wii U with the new exploit. Now this is not a full guide, so it's not going to give you all the information you need. As I only used this to get onto the Aroma environment, I didn't install a payload or set auto boot or any of that sort of stuff. You can use it if you want to homebrew your Wii U, but I suggest using the guide link below. But there you have it, that is how you run the DNS exploit that Gary made for the Wii U. Now this is really cool because if Nintendo actually does patch the browser, which I don't know if they will or not, but this will be a way around it. So it's really cool that Gary has everything ready to go before the online services shutdown happens, just in case. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on another. Stay funky and happy modding.